first part of this webinar will be about the DeFi landscape, and then talk about some DeFi ecosystem. Is a service business model, so you should understand business model. So I'm not going to detail about this. It'll take a lot of time if you look at the individual, what is this business and what they tell about something. But here is the key point you should understand if you really want to design your business. So the most famous one is a DEX, decentralized exchange. In DEX, you should know about margin trading. And then the most famous project protocol we call is a DYDX. And then recently there is a lot of attention is a NFT, non-fungible tokens. And then DEX for NFT is Lalible. And then also you should know about the lending and borrowing is we call money market. And then here is you should know about the fresh loans like Aave. And then you should know about the asset and fund management. And then here is a famous yield farming. Here is a Wion finance. And then you should know about the DeFi ETF, like index type funding. And then here is one project is a token set, and the DeFi high frequency trading type is a Hark Finance, and derivatives is a key concept is a synthetic asset, and then synthetics, and the insurance is related to the risk management we are going to talk about later. And then here is a Nexus Mutual, and then curations is not much familiar if you are already working in the DeFi, but this is actually the part I'm concentration on. And then this is the part actually the motivate I try to understand what can be developed this DeFi platform and how can design for myself. So I will tell you about what I'm now going to do. And then there is a PVL. Then here is some projects. You can bid it and then you can look at it personally. And then also you should know about the GitHub space about because most of this DeFi project is open source project. So they open their source code. So you can look at their GitHub space and then you can get the idea that how you can do your own. And especially I'm going to talk about the money levels and composability so that all the DeFi project can be integrated and then you can generate your own. So this GitHub part is very important part you should understand. So basically, what I'm going to tell from now on is in between the high level and low level in between. The reason is that I'm in between. Actually, I'm in high level. I can design business and then also other high level design and platform. Also in the low level, I'm not code for myself, but I understand what the code like a JavaScript or other language, and I can work with the engineers. I can understand what they did, and then that's my experience. So I can be in between. Then I can communicate with the high level executive and developers and engineer. So my talk will be the level. So the linking between the high level business side and the lower level in the like detailed development side. So that'll be my talk will be directed. Okay, so first is the main topic. Before one was some introduction, and then the main topic that I'm going to talk about is the data tokenomics. Data tokenomics actually I made. This is a combination of the data economy and token economy, and the token economy is well known to all blockchain community. And then data economy is well known to all the people in data side, like data scientists, AI, and then other like in digital technology side know about data economy. And then actually what I did the last year was this data economy project. So try to develop the combination and the convergence of this main technologies of to enable this data economy is based on data was AI, artificial intelligence, blockchain, and IoT, and other telecommunication like 5G, and then try to combine them to make a new business. That was my topic. And then by doing actually that, I try to do develop the new infrastructure for this data economy. This infrastructure usually they call data center or cloud computing platform. And then I'm trying to make a new type of this infrastructure. I call it mobile cloud computing data center. And then try to launch that project. And then I found that, oh, that's based on data. And then to make this happen, actually, there needed some fundraising. And then I found that, oh, DeFi can make happen. So I can tokenize this infrastructure and then let it run in the DeFi. And then I can fundraise and then tokenize everything, and I can go. That was my idea. So I'm still working on this one. So this is a new topic for the traditional DeFi guys, but I'm in the both sides. I trade in the data side. I understanding AI, data, big data, and then also IoT, traditional 5G, and then also I understand the blockchain. I work on actually the real project for several years and developing some blockchain network to launch for some business model like e-commerce or the supply chain. So I know both sides, and then I try to combine and then combine with the DeFi. That was my project. So this project actually already going on. So one is a Filecoin project. So what they're doing is they try to decentralize data storage network. So they call like they want to compete with like Amazon cloud, like AWS or the Google cloud and Microsoft. So they are centralized cloud computing infrastructure, and then they want to democratize. What they mean is like the problem with this side is they are heavily like centralized by the big shot like Google. They have all the data, AI data, and then like a Microsoft, every big shot. So they want to like decentralize. This is a very beauty of this blockchain. So it's like a community wise data storage system. So they community share this data, and then it's let them run in the blockchain. So that actually that can easily and then in the low cost access by everyone. That was a goal of this one. And another project is Ocean Protocol. This is a decentralized data marketplace. It is already working on. And then SingularityDAO. If you are one in the AI space, this is a very famous company in AI. You may have heard about the AI robot, like a humanoid, Sophia. They are very famous, like a human-like woman. And then SingularityDAO was working on this AI data model service marketplace using blockchain and also DeFi. So this side actually not noticed many by this traditional DeFi blockchain side, but already this data economic side, they know about the power of blockchain and DeFi. So they already like integrate this concept to their traditional project. And then also I'm interested, I'm sort of developing new project this once. So this is what actually motivates me, that the traditional side guy like me, and then try to understand the DeFi and how I can design new platform based on this new business model. So that's motivate me to understand how I can actually design this DeFi platform. This is why that I got this webinar, because I want to share that what I've done. And then also my motivation is I want to have some partner that participate what I'm going to do, and also some project tried to initiate by someone that I can have them to actually design and develop this platform. So that was my motivation. Here is another part actually I'm also very interested in, and then I'm also going to have another webinar for specific for these topics. But this is I think that in the future this will be a very, very big market. And then if this is still early stage, and then only maybe you can know about it, because 2 years ago actually I working on STO project. So you may know about the ICO has a problem, and then you want to legalize your tokenization business. So actually the way was you need like a secret token offering. So it is illegal. So you need to register in, for example, in the United States. And then I in terms of working on it, I actually provide the 3 times of the seminar in South Korea. And then I'm talk with a lot of the Wall Street guys about this side. But this side is more extended. So actually you can use any real asset. It's a real asset means it's a real life asset. It's a real estate is one of the, and then you can include anything has value in off-chain. So here is the blockchain DeFi guys want to use off-chain, and then a lot of the like digital asset, like you tokenize, or you can maybe heard about the like digital collectibles, digital art in NFT. They are all on-chain asset, but actually you can tokenize other real life off-chain asset, like for example, like a contract. So invoice contract is a value because you need to cash out before the maturity time, and then you can tokenize it, or so you can categorize like a liquid asset, like a security is a liquid off-chain asset, and then some of the like any other like electric car, and then your house can be used as a collateral to your liquidity pool, and then you loan your money business through this collateral in off-chain assets. So, but this is the early stage, and there are a lot of the technical and legal issues. So you need to be designed in a very clever way, and then know about all the aspect of the business and technical and legal aspect. That's what actually I'm also going to talk about today as a technical, legal, business side. But most difficult part of this is here I said like how to enforce the contract for off-chain asset in a decentralized way. This is very difficult task, because if the off-chain party default, actually for example, that you provide your collateral, the digital, the on-chain asset to liquidity pool, but actually that you can do like you can liquidate, like you do auction or things, but this part is very difficult. So the currently there is no any good solution, completely decentralized. So someone provide like a special vehicle type company, so or the escrow type company to handle this type. But in that will be the problem if in the legal matters. So you need to be very, very, very clever. But I hope that because this part is very lucrative and then very, very intense, like a research part. So in the near future, that this part will be solved, and then DeFi, actually the pie of DeFi will be very, very big at the time. So here I want to introduce one project, the OpenDAO, that how they handle this part.
DAO is the bridge between real-world assets and on-chain assets. On current DeFi money markets, such as Compound, you can borrow on-chain assets, such as USDT, against other on-chain collateral, such as ETH. When someone doesn't repay their loan, it's a straightforward process for a liquidator to take possession of the on-chain assets and repay the debt. With OpenDAO, instead of just using on-chain assets as collateral, you can now use real-world assets, such as shares and real estate. The challenges with utilizing off-chain assets are figuring out how liquidators can take possession of these off-chain assets and where they can sell them to repay the debts. We have developed a seamless solution to these challenges with the Cashbox. The Cashbox is a pool of stablecoins, aka cash, that acts as a perpetual counterparty to real-world asset tokens. Therefore, if a liquidator takes possession of some off-chain asset tokens, which were being used as collateral, they can always sell those tokens to the Cashbox for stablecoins in return. In this way, the rest of the system can work exactly like the on-chain one mentioned earlier. Cashboxes are funded by LPs, or liquidity providers, who are effectively the buyers of last resort for the asset tokens on the system. As an LP to a Cashbox, you own the underlying assets tokens in the box, and depending on the type of asset, there are different mechanisms for selling these assets in the real world. For example, listed shares can be sold through a sell order triggered via an API. The cash is converted into stable coins and distributed in a seamless manner. For real estate, we will employ an SPV, or fund structure, which effectively owns the real estate and then can have its shares tokenized. Cashbox LPs can convert their asset tokens back into shares and sell them back to the SPV. So why would someone want to be an LP to a Cashbox? Firstly, they are happy with holding the underlying asset, such as real estate, which they'll be getting at a discount. LPs earn fees, and when they stake their Cashbox tokens, they will also earn open tokens as an incentive for providing this service. Cashboxes provide the on-chain liquidity against real-world assets and are the most critical part of the ecosystem, which is why the Cashbox LPs will receive the bulk of the open tokens reserved for community incentives.